Let me know when you're ready, and then
All good.
call to order. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, we're going to go ahead and call to order the Monday, October 15th, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. LSC meeting at Waters Elementary School Garden Annex. And we'll start with roll call. Liz Chandran, present. Mr. Hanson Turpin, present. Nathan Hunter.
Here.
Stuart Lang.
Present.
Rosa Ramirez Richter, she'll be a little late. Jason Rieger.
Here.
Forrest Downey.
Present.
Ms. McLean is absent today. Ms. Ravito. Here. Isaac Bloom.
Here.
Katie Carey. Here. And Abigail Lazar. Here. All right. Motion to approve the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Rakowski.
I am here. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Stuart. All right, motion to approve the agenda.
Motion approved.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will move forward. We do not have minutes prepared yet or completed yet, so we will move to public comment. This section is for those with emailed public comments in advance via email. And I don't believe we have any for this month. New business. First up is GSA. They have a fundraising proposal. Are they ready to present? All right, Mr. Williams, please take the floor.
Good evening. Thank you for having me this evening. Here to request fundraising approval for the school year of 2026. We're doing fundraising basically once a month, selling handcrafted things as we have in the past. Last year we added in some healthier snacks. They asked about adding in some beverages this year. So we'll be doing that. And we'll be donating the money to the same reason that we have in the past, the Matthew Shepherd Foundation, Shepherd Project, and here in Chicago, the Broadway Youth Center. Basically, we have donated funds that we'll be using to make any purchases that we make, so that will be basically the cost for us. We all donated up to 3 organizations. Questions?
Yes.
Yes.
When do the fundraisers take place?
We'll be doing it like we did last year on the third Fridays. So fortunately, with Thanksgiving and the holiday break, they all the week for the days that we just heard. Let's start with that.
I have a question. Hi, I'm Odette with you. Will you also be fundraising for the equipment to buy the toasters and things like that that you guys are working on advertisement?
We do get a budget from CPS, and we still have some funds. The purchases. Okay. But we will also get some. Have another question?
Oh, how do the kids decide on the charities that you guys are fundraising for?
We basically had our organizational meeting at last month. We asked them if they would like to change any or add any, and they wanted to be made.
Cool. You have a motion to vote on approval of GSA fundraising.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, fundraising is approved. Thank you very much. Next, we have the letter of intent from Galileo for summer 2026 programming.
So as you guys know, this will actually be the 4th or 5th summer that we would host Galileo. It's a STEM camp that runs during the summer. They use mostly rooms in the new building. They do also use this space as well. We typically get about $15,000 worth of revenue from that over the summer. The only downside is we do have to work the custodial schedule a little bit to be able to get certain rooms done so that they can move in. But Otherwise, there isn't really much of a lift for the school. So they come in, they manage the whole program and basically give us a cut of their revenue.
How much did you do bring in?
About 15,000. So they're here for a total of 6 weeks. They typically have anywhere between 80 and 100 students per week.
Any other comments? Motion to approve letter of intent with Galileo for 2026 summer programming. I'll second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Galileo is approved for summer business. Next, we have Friends of Waters. And we have, Allison, can you tell us a little bit about your fundraising proposal for this year?
Sure. So similar to last year, we did the walkathon again. We'll also be doing midnight, which is set for April 17th, same location. We've also added a potential yard sale where we'd ask families to donate the stuff you don't want, and then we would sell and the benefits of the school. We've also added a spirit wear site. So each t-shirt or sweatshirt that's sold, I think it's depending on what the item is, like $3 to $5 gets netted back to the school. And it covers a bunch of the clubs and different sports, little flyer, things like that. So that's kind of fun. And those are our big fundraisers. We have an estimated profit from walkathon of $103,670, which I think is about $20,000 more than last year. So that was a great turnout. Obviously, be allocated to the Waters LSC.
Awesome, thank you, and thank Friends of Waters for all the work you guys do.
That's really impressive. That's right.
Yeah. Let's see, do we have, may I have a motion to approve Friends of Waters to fundraise on behalf of Waters?
Will we have a form like this on file?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think we made copies of it. No.
But
Sorry.
it's on file?
We will.
Okay.
I think she's,
Oh,
yeah.
You
Thank you, Alan.
Me too.
Just,
Yeah.
obviously, in
No.
favor, I just want to make sure we do the things that are supposed to do.
Yes.
Thank
I'm a
you.
lawyer, I get it.
All right. Does anybody else want to review the form before we motion? Okay.
Looks good. Looks a lot like,
Form in case it fills out wrong.
no, it looks correct.
Okay.
It looks a lot like the one from last year.
All right. Motion to approve Friends of Waters fundraising proposal. Seconded. All
Motion.
right. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Motion approved. For Friends of Waters fundraising. Next, may we have the principal's report?
Sure. So while students were home from school, on the 25th, we had professional development, 25th of September, sorry, or 26th. For teachers, the essentials teachers did a lot of work with our staff in terms of ways to do integration, ways to plug in their classes in the regular sort of tier 1 instruction for classrooms. And we also focused a lot on writing and helping to build a culture of writing at Waters. Something we saw from IAR data from last year, and this also not actually just limited to ELA, but students needing to work more on providing evidence for their reasoning and their claims. So that's one of the reasons that we're doing a little bit more of a push in writing this year. We are also planning, we set a date for Literacy Night. So that's going to be February 5th, which is actually World Read Aloud Day, and also Children's Authors Week. It will be a little bit different than Math Night. We're not going to just have the, sort of like 25-minute sessions that people rotate through. We're thinking of having like kind of a fair section of it where people can just walk up at any time and do different activities with tables, things like that. So please keep an eye out for that. That'll be in February. We went to White Pines Ranch with the 6th graders because we overgrew the Dunes Learning Center. So we had gone for 3 years to the Dunes Learning Center. This year we had almost 80 6th graders go on the trip. Thank you, Miss Martin and the other staff that went and parents that helped make that possible. If we didn't have parent chaperones, these things just wouldn't happen. There'd be too much of an operational impact at school, and we just can't pull that many staff out of the building and still be teaching well. So thank you guys for that. I think there were some questions about Skyline and to the extent it's used as a curriculum at Waters. We do use it in social studies, but that's really kind of the area that's limited. The district doesn't really push it necessarily on us. They have a requirement that we have high quality curriculum according to certain criteria, and we're covered in all those areas. There just aren't as many social studies curriculum that are, out there as compared to reading and math. So we use Skyline for those. Another thing that happened during the PD day was beginning of year assessment data. So for kindergarten through second grade, that's iReady. And for third through eighth grade, that's STAR 360. So teachers looking at kind of where kids are at or what are the, the deficits they need to work on. Mr. D also looks at that data for doing his groups and work with Miss Brody as well. The eighth graders took their high school test a couple weeks ago. There was a little bit of an anomaly for students that get extra time. So it wasn't automatically added for some students. This was not something that was a mistake made at Waters or CPS. This was something done by the vendor, but it's been remedied at this point. Parents that or students that were affected had an option to retake and redo the test. So those have been done. It was administered in English on October 8th, and then a week later in all the other languages that it's available. As Friends of Waters mentioned, we surpassed the goal of $120,000 by $10,000 for the walkathon, which is great. I do want to say also that is in addition to us having more efficient collection of student fees. So we try to kind of understand, what the asks are, whether it's coming from Friends of Waters or coming from the school in terms of fees and things. So despite the fact that we've got a higher percentage of fees collected than we had last year, we still raised more money. So that's an even better indicator of how much, how good the work was that they put into that. Let's see. I know there's been a big topic around supporting families at Waters in terms of, federal agents in the area. We have a lot of parents who have stepped up to help get students to and from school. If anyone's interested in helping out with that, just let me know. There's a lot of parents that are involved with that, just making sure kids can get to and from school without having to worry about other stuff. In terms of material needs, if you're interested in helping out with those things, please reach out to the Circle of Help through Friends of Waters. They have a lot of relationships with the families already. Just regular day-to-day stuff that comes up to help, plug in deficits, because we have had some families that haven't been necessarily going to work as regularly as they normally would, and that does affect things for their families. So if you're interested in helping out with those things, we're also in really regular contact with local elected officials and groups at other schools in regard to the things that are going on with that. So just want to make sure people are aware, and there's plenty of different ways to help in the ways that you would like or can.
So, for chair reports. I have a question about the fiscal report. For writing, you said emphasis of that. In some grades, I know we treat writing like math. There's one teacher specializes and teaches all of it. In other grades, it's by the classroom teacher. Has there been any thought to making writing more specialized? Because I know some teachers are stronger writing teachers than others. And splitting that out and being like, this is the writing teacher, not every classroom teacher is the writing teacher, based on the data.
We haven't gotten to that point yet. And it's ELA. That's kind of more what you're talking about. So it's reading and writing, which research shows that you really should teach together. So it would really be that pairing that would become more specialized than it is already. So that starts in 6th grade.
Just a follow-up. I know there were thoughts on creating more of an explicit instruction on writing, either in the little grade or in the younger grades up to the older grades. Has there been more discussion on that?
I think that's like kind of the things that we're talking about. Okay, like so assessing like, okay, what are the current practices? What are the best ways to leverage this, you know, the successes that we have in the building? You know, when I bring this up, it's not like this is like some kind of tragic deficit at Waters, but it is an area that we can definitely improve in. So that's where we're at right now. And then also building some, you know, excitement around it and different ways of making writing fun for students that they actually want to do it. And it's not thought of something that's just laborious that you have to do and sort of survive. So that will also be a part of literacy night as well.
Okay, great.
For chair report, local school council elections, the LSC season has started, election season has started. If you'd like to serve your school community, be on the lookout for eligibility paperwork in the coming months. CPS CEO interview panel. If you're interested in being a part of a stakeholder interview panel, the Chicago Board of Ed Executive Search and Transition Committee is holding a lottery for prospective panel members. So the best way to follow up this information, check your CPS emails for one dated on October 14th for the most info. And there they have 2 survey monkeys that you can fill out to either nominate yourself or someone else to train and be present in the final interviews, or you can just submit a question that you'd like the final list of candidates to answer for their final interviews, also on SurveyMonkey. Also, I'd like to let you know about telling you about your Board of Education reps to end or amend the Hazel Health contract. Beginning March of 2025, in exchange for subsidized mental health care for CPS high school students, CPS has a contract with a service provider, Hazel Health, that doesn't say what personal student data they collect, how they use it, nor who they share it with. The parent sign-up site has targeted ads. Illinois Student Online Privacy Protection Act strongly prohibits school contractors from that kind of use of student personal identifiable data. Hazel is set for a contract renewal that goes into 2033. Earlier this month, they acquired tech startup Little Otter, which treats teens, elementary school age students, younger children. That contract is renewal if nothing is done by December 1st. The last day the Board of Ed can get it on their October meeting, which is the last meeting that they have before December 1st, or the last day to get it on the agenda is tomorrow. The Board of Ed must move to either fix the contract to prioritize student privacy, tell CPS what personal data they collect, what they do with it, and who else they share it with, or cancel the contract with Hazel Health. If you'd like, you can send an email to Waters District Reps. They are, so we're also we have some families in District 2 and District 4. For District 2, it's Zakor1 at CPS email, or I'm sorry, at cps.edu for Karen Zakor. Ellen Rosenfeld, Rosenfeld2 at cps.edu. For District, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Those were the 2 for District 4, A and 4B. For District 2, it's Debbie Pope and Ebony DeBerry. I don't have their emails, but if you look at just Google it and it'll be on there. Thank you.
Okay, so
Student board?
since the walkathon is over, we were thinking about doing a spring third quarter pep rally at like the beginning when we come back from winter break. So I was thinking about the components to that. Because last year there was an MC. It was Mr. Orlov last year. I don't know if he's up for that again, but if he isn't, we will figure that out. If he is, great. Also, what ages are being grouped together? Because I know the lunch schedule is tricky. Are we basing off of their ages or the lunch schedule is put grouped together? And last time we talked about who is going to be like performing there. Last year we did cheer, and I think that was it. But this year it was maybe looking into like choir, rock band, or musical. I talked to Mr. Ron today about rock band and kind of what they were planning to do. He said tryouts are around or a little after Halloween, and they would maybe be ready by spring, early spring, to perform. And then also is Wally gonna be there, and for both groups. And are we doing pennants and glow sticks like last year? So are we budgeting that in? So, like,
I would lean against glow sticks.
I don't trust middle school with glow sticks. I know the people in my grade.
Thanks, Abby.
I'll say I hope we get a rock band going, so that'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Mr. Kowski, that's something we can work with the students.
Oh, for sure.
Is there a specific budget for that, or how does that work?
I mean, it's not a significant amount of, yeah. We can definitely do that.
I think we did pennants the last couple of years.
Yeah, we had pennants, different things. It's never more than a couple $100 if that. So.
Okay, thank you, Abby. Principal Evaluation Committee.
Nothing. We'll be doing that after winter break.
Thank you. Continuous Improvement Work Plan.
That should also pick up quite a bit after winter break, I think. We're hoping that like literacy night can be a good way of getting people in the door and helping be a part of that process.
Excellent.
What is the timeline for this year? This is having
Yeah, so we're in the final of 3 years right now. So the new specific guidance should come out in January. Hopefully there'll be less changes in this iteration than there were from the last two systems. So that's when we'll have a little bit more clarity of how many pillars we need to have and, you know, what they're actually going to be and stuff like that. So.
Professional Personnel Leadership Committee.
We did not have any in-person or any digital responses about concerns.
Bilingual Action Committee.
Sorry, let me just pull it up really quick. Yeah, so the BAC is going to have a meeting on report card pickup day a week from today. There'll be a review of rights as an immigrant, navigating the system, access to mental health services, sources of rent and food assistance, and some other resources. One of the organizations coming is Rincon, who's actually been at Waters before with a Know Your Rights training. So we're looking forward to that. We've also asked Shane, as he is the official graphic designer of Waters, to come up with some options for a logo for the BAC, so that they have a recognizable symbol that we can use for their activities, and that families can say, okay, this is the bilingual committee. So you may have seen some staff around with a button that says Cuenta Conmigo, and it's got a butterfly on it with the orange color. That is kind of a symbol of that's a person that you can count on, similar to the like Out for Safe Schools symbol that some of the teachers have for the GSA on their classroom doors. Yeah.
And Friends of Waters. Do you have any further report?
Further report outside the fundraising?
Yes.
What do you want?
Do you want to talk about the next event you guys have coming up?
Sure. Well, we've started, I talked a little bit about this, the yard sale. It's a new event that we are just doing obviously for the first time this year. The goal is just to kind of offset some of the pressure that's on the bigger events for fundraising. Load lift, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Just to hopefully raise a little bit more money. The economy being what it is, Big Night raised a little less than anticipated last year. business sponsorships were down, so we're hoping, these smaller fundraising events may help offset that if we see a similar phenomenon in the spring. That's what we're focused on at this point. In November, there'll also be a gratitude event that the community of events team is planning around Thanksgiving time and having events for the kids and a movie, apple cider, all those fun things for the club.
I'm sorry, what is the yard sale?
The yard sale?
Or
What
did
is
you
the
say-
yard sale?
No, when?
When is it? November 8th.
November 8th. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Allison. Public comment. The public comment session is open to all in-person attendees. Comments are limited to 2 minutes. But please note, this period is dedicated for questions and comments that directly pertain to the 3 functions of the LSC: budget, CIWP, and principal evaluation. Other questions and comments will be directed to administration, to general school operations, teachers, specific classroom grade level questions, or Friends of Waters fundraising and volunteering. Comments are not guaranteed a response during the public comment period. Do you have any comment? Okay. Seeing none, hearing none, would anyone like to move for adjournment?
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
All right, thank you, guys. We're adjourned as of 5:58. Actually, sorry, 5:59. Do you want to take down the tables?
Yeah, I'll pause the recording and then.